Pep, first of all, a personal milestone this week. It's a birthday weekend. In terms of a birthday present, the news about Erling, how special was that?
It's good. I knew it for 2-3 weeks ago, even before. But as I believe news for the club. I hope he's happy. Otherwise, we will not do it. But for the club, this incredible talent, unique player, striker, having for the next decade for this club is really important.
To get a player like Erling to commit for any length of contract would be momentous. But when you were told 10 years, were you even surprised?
When Ferran said to me about that, I said, sorry, excuse me, can you tell me again? Of course, I could not believe it. It never happened before. And I said, yeah, I want to try to convince to stay 10 years. So sorry. And after it happened. So I think nobody pushed the other one, as a borderline. So both parties, the club and Erling and his agents, her agent and families and so on, decide because both want it.
What message does it send out from Erling, not just about his love for this club, but perhaps his love for this region and the Premier League?
I think absolutely. He will not extend a contract, he will not visualize. It was the fact that I've not been happy here, he could not visualize his future as a football player for the next 10 years being in this club, and the potential and the challenge that to be here would be impossible, And I think I'm really pleased, especially really pleased that he has done it in I would say in a not easy moment for us in terms of results, in terms of the other one, and do it in that moment means a lot, I think, for the club, for the trust where all the people is working in this club.
That's an important word you use there, trust. I mean, there's a lot going on around Manchester City that I know is not your domain. So for a player to trust in you in those difficult moments, what does that say to you?
Well, he knows that in 10 years, I don't know what's going to happen, but he will have a different staff, manager, backroom staff, a player. So I think he decided because he sees for the city, the Premier League, of course, and see the potential that the club have been in one decade on the top for many, many years, and the club is, of course, ready to try to this short period of time, bouncing back and come back to fight for the best teams in England.
Clearly, it's very important for Manchester City to retain a player like that. But you mentioned the Premier League. For this league to retain one of the world's greatest players and for him not to go to La Liga or anywhere else.
Of course.
How crucial is that?
Of course, it's important. I think for the fact that he loves to play in the Premier League is a good compliment to the Premier League for all organization, for everyone, to play in this league for many reasons. There are incredible clubs, incredible teams. Year by year is better and getting better, so, and that is good.
People are already talking about the records that are possible, you know that. Of course, players have to stay fit, lots can happen. Alan Shearer holds the record. Is it very clearly very doable for Erling to surpass that record?
Well, if he continue with this rhythm with one decade, could be. I have an incredible admiration for Alan Shearer, so I remember I was I played in Barcelona. When I see him, he's a unbelievable striker with the numbers, playing in teams like Blackburn and Newcastle and doing these incredible numbers have been top, but Erling have this quality as well. They score a lot of goals like Alan Shearer has done.
The numbers are incredible. Clearly, to do that, you have to have a level of ability. But for every young player, and he's very young, you always have that ability to improve. Is there a ceiling on how far this young man can improve?
Well, I'm pretty sure that he will have success if having in his mind the desire to be a better player. Otherwise it will be a tough 10 years, because always you have to deliver, and Erling, the pressure that he has in his shoulders to score goals every game, 2-3 every game is not easy to handle it. I've seen that with Leo Messi and Cristiano. A little bit Mbappe, but I think Leo Cristiano, when one day didn't score 2 goals, the people ask, why didn't score 2 goals? And in that level is Erling, and it's not easy to handle that. And that's why the only way is, we can do better in this department, I can do practice this, and that can happen.
He's not the first player that's spent a long time at this club, and the people here have created a dynasty since Sheikh Mansour took over. What is it about the culture of the club that makes not just Erling stay for a long time, you here for 10 years now, other players, Aguero was here for a long time. What is it about the culture, Pep?
The culture is because they feel comfortable, we take care, the club take care of us unbelievably. We have everything to deliver the best and to try to push each other and try to avoid the complacency that sometimes this season we had and getting better and getting better. So they rely on the people who's working here, and we take a decision what you have to take, and that's why we had, and this setback that we have for a few months, 2 months, you say is normal because we cannot deny when we were all together in the beginning of the season, when the squad all together, we were there for 6, 7, 8 games, we were top of the league, and Europe we were there. So we start to play us down, down, and down, and down, and after we suffer, you know, our position.
You mentioned that word suffer. You have had to suffer, and there have been reasons for it. Do you sense, with the announcement over Erling and the recent run of unbeaten in 4, that there is a change in mood and a change in direction?
No, I don't think so. Always to be saying, now extend the contract, Pep, 2 months ago it's going to change, and look what happened, we didn't win 1 game. So that is what happened there since game is winning games, and of course, I'm pretty sure our fans are delighted for the fact that Erling continued, because he arrived, he won the treble, it's not casualty. So Ederson make an incredible season. Many players like Rodri and everyone make an incredible, he was not absolutely injured. John Stones would make the best season of his career here in Manchester, and Erling give us something like, you know, we didn't have the confidence that, okay, if we deliver the ball there, we're going to score goals, and that will help us. Right, sorry.
Pep, a lot of people are talking about rebuilding and transition at Manchester City. Are they over-reading into that? Are the changes perhaps more forced about the suffering that you've had to do going into the transfer?
No, the suffering is the reason why was the injuries.
Yeah.
So I said, when we were together, we are top of the league. We are an unbeaten team in Europe. So the moment I start to don't have central defenders, the external role is massive, and players that don't perform at its best. So at that moment we start. So the transition happened when you see, okay, we are not consistent with the players. We have to add players because we cannot compete with right now with the consistency that we had in the past. But should happen. Maybe now we anticipate what should happen in summertime on the next transfer. So, and we can do it. Why? Because in SpainNet we have been the 11th team in the Premier League in the last years, in the last 5 years. So in the last 2-3 years we just was benefit. We sell, we didn't buy. Even the people, of course, were going to say like I was going to say. So, but it's normal. We trust with the investment we put 6, 7, 8 years ago, and the players deliver unbelievably. This group of players won the Premier League 5 months ago and arrived in the final FA Cup, in the quarterfinals, going out to the penalties against Madrid when we play again a really good performance. So, but you are here in the start and you see that some players, they are not the same, and we have a lot of injuries, and that's why we have to do it try to, now, I don't know what's going to happen, or in summertime, young players to the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years, try to emulate or try to copy what these unbelievable players have done this last decade.
I know you won't have enjoyed, no manager won't have enjoyed when you have to suffer and get bad results when you're used to being successful. But have you enjoyed the challenge of having to find answers, and the challenge to find answers still going forward, to rebuild to where you were and be back to where you were?
Listen, we sometimes we don't appreciate or we undermine the fact of suffer. Life is that. So always we try to, the people thinking about we have to be happy all the time. We have to show in the social media, and Instagram and Twitter and everyone how happy we are, how incredible potatoes with fried eggs and this kind of thing, how good is the plate, you know, going to drink and whatever. So and that is a mistake. So life is always up and downs, and what happened, it's happened. And of course it's a big challenge. So I'm here, so when I feel I cannot handle it, the club, but I will not forgive myself if now I said, okay, I'm going to leave. I will not forgive myself. Absolutely. That doesn't mean it's going to bounce back. I don't know. But at least I will not regret 1 second I didn't try it. No 1 second. and I work and try to do it. No 1 second, impossible. So, and I think most of the players, majority of the players, they want to try to do it because I know how they run and how they suffer. But the word suffer, it's part of life. So never it's perfect. You have disgraces, you have problems with the families in terms of dads, mom, dads, or illnesses, or these kind of things. That is life itself. So that's why I never. I thought we were a younger player and a manager. I never expect to have as a manager the success that we had all together for many clubs doing that. I thought we're going to lose games. Always I thought we're going to be bad. Always I thought we're going to win the Premier League. Always I thought we're going maybe not qualify for the Champions League. And after when we qualify and win the Premier League, it was wow, how would I have done? But it's not for the fact we are City or it's Pep or Erling Haaland or Kevin De Bruyne or whatever. We're going to do well all the time. So listen, you cannot win all the competitions you play all the time for just one reason, because it's impossible. It's impossible.
Even for you.
Even for me, it's impossible. So win all the competitions you play, but in the terms of all the period I've been here, 572, 3, 4 games, God, 485 or 119 had been a dream come true. So had been a paradise. So we have a 10, 12, 30, 40, maybe 1 season bad or 2 seasons bad. That is what happened in life. So we overestimate the success too much. Too much. We are the same. Just we have problems in expecting in the season when the best player in the world is not playing for 1 season, when you have 4 central defenders never ever could train 1 time, when we have players like, you know, after 8 years winning, said, okay, maybe you have time, and so it's happened. So try to bounce back with the best way with the club and try to do the best.
Want to finish on final question. We started with Erling, we'll finish on him. He's heaped great praise on you and your coaching staff. You're here for another 2 years, he's here for 10. Is it possible his stay could extend a stay for you?
I think I'm not denied, you know, how proud I am, but listen, Erling, he has done it, just believe me. I spoke with him about that, not just for the manager. It will be a wrong decision for him. I had to do it because I see organization, the big picture. You know, because the most, I would say, earthquake or a stable position in a world football is the manager. So the players have not to rely on much to the manager, have to rely on the organization and the way they want to play and the way they do and the mates, the position that the club can hire every time better players and better players. That I think is the reason why that Erling said, okay, I wanted to live my career here in Manchester City.
Well, listen, well done. Enjoy your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.